Curse of the Black Stone. I was hoping I would bump into you. I have a bit of a problem, and let's face it, when there's a problem, you're the person to seek out. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's the end of the world. Or at least it will be if we don't stop it. You probably felt it, the chill in the air, the shadows seeming to choke the light more than usual. I have a network of informants around the place looking out for strange portents and omens. Signs that something bad is going down. One of them has found something big, something apocalyptically big. Can you help me get to the bottom of this? It's big, this. Even the Fremniks can't ignore the omens. The world itself is trembling in fear. You can feel it if you're really still. Bad stuff, but I'm no expert. You need my information for that, unfortunately. My informant is a mysterious resident of the Ark. I've only ever spoken to him via letter and carrier seagull, never directly. They call themselves the Jade Spider, and, well, this is the strange part, they've asked for you by name. They're in hiding at the moment. Apparently they've picked up some enemies along the way. All we know that is they're on the Ark somewhere currently. You'll have to hunt down clues as to where they might be. Start in Waiko. That's where your best bet is. Everyone goes through Waiko at some point, so someone may have heard something. I should start to speak to the shopkeepers, or they're the busiest. Shh, they'll hear you. Who will hear me? I can't look. She leans in closer, her eyes filled with genuine fear. They have spies everywhere, hiding, watching. Look, I don't know anything more important, okay? If you want to know someone that does know, you should find a friend on Wales Maw. But I didn't tell you anything. She leans back out and a loud voice continues. Sorry, my friend, I just sell bamboo. I'm sure a jeweller somewhere might have what you're after. Right, we'll speak to Sea Witch Koila? Ask about the Jade Spider. Yes, the spider said you would come. Dark days are coming. A shadow threatens all of us. Can you feel it? It's like a cold current beneath the surface that threatens to drag us all underneath. She whispers, the wind catching her breath and carrying it to you. They are watching me. The Jade Spider gave me a message for you, but I had to hide it from them. I was forced to bury it near the turtles, so that they could not steal it from me. They'll be watching me, but I don't think they have yet noticed your involvement. Go quickly before their blades are pointing at you. The Sea Witch turns to the ocean, singing incomprehensibly beautiful whale songs. You find a beige coloured party hat. In your jubilation you grab it, only to learn it was just more sand that somehow pearled into a crown-like shape. Curse you, cruel fate! Fate mocks your fury. You find 3 shells arranged in a faintly suggestive fashion, suggestive of what is entirely up to your own imagination. What is this? There's a tiny tunnel down there that in tracks that looks like turtle feet leading away. There are scraps of paper. Has a turtle really eaten a note? Curse the gods or get on with turtle hunting. Curse the gods. You release a steam of expletives so terrible, so horrific that a nearby seagull vomits in disgust. Continue swearing. You begin to meticulously insult each of the deities whom name you remember. You use language so foul that several small crowds burst into tears and run away. Continue swearing. You take the time to mock various bits of each of the gods. You come up with an impressive diss of Saradomin's beard that would be certain to get you a smiting were you to say it in his presence. Continue swearing. You point out that Zamorak's wings are upside down and would make him an unbelievably bad flyer, so therefore he is an idiot only worthy of scorn. Continue swearing. You scream that Armadale is a giant chicken that you would cover in garlic butter and roast over a fire. You start to insult Seren, but then you exclaim that she's too weak to take such insults and would probably shatter herself again. You loudly exclaim that Zaros has a weird mummy issue and that he really needs to get over that, and the whole thing about him and his sister is super weird. You remind both Guffix and Bandos that they are dead and dead people are rubbish. Check this turtle. Gotcha, there it is, the clue. I need it right in the turtle's mouth. If you'll just hand it over. The turtle snaps at you. You pull your hand back quickly, then distracted by poking it sharply in the shell. It cannot feel the poke, but it thinks it can, and is distracted by its existential confusion. You get a piece of the clue and release the turtle to its fate. Right, note from the Jade Spider. Hello, Agatha. Forgive this strange runaround. There is an infection running through the Ark. A sinister cult has grown in popularity in these lands, and its eyes and ears are everywhere. I have to send you on these wild goose chases to confuse them and lead them astray. It won't work for long. I have left a trusted friend with my location. You just need to tell them the oyster is open and they'll know it's you. You can find them on the island of Twilight. Make haste, I can feel the enemy is gathering. The Jade Spider. The oyster is open, but the pearl is black. So you're the adventurer the spider told me to look out for. Okay, listen carefully. You're going to want to sail to Goshima. The Jade Spider has a camp set up in the city. You can find them there. Be careful though, the enemy is gathering. You should be ready for a fight. Crassians, here. They must be looking for the Jade Spider. I'm going to have to fight my way through them. I'm going to learn anything about the Jade Spider. If I'm going to learn anything about the Jade Spider. And this should be the last one. As the last Crassian falls, you hear a clunking, clicking noise coming from the gate into Goshima. Hello, Agatha, I'm fine. I'm glad you found me. I was beginning to wonder if you would be able to make it at all. You're the Jade Spider? The very same. It's a bit of a dramatic title, but it has its uses. People tend to be oddly frightened of strange names. Puts off the riffraff off. But whilst I'd love to chat, I'm afraid we've not got much time. I take it Brill has warned you about a rising threat. There is this being called the Ambassador. He is an ancient creature in service of something dark and terrible. I've been investigating him for some time, and I think I've finally found a lead on him. There is a new religious order that has grown on the island of Amnesia. They preach purity and transcendence, but the truth is far darker than that. I managed to sneak inside, pretend to be one of the faithful, and I rose high enough to join their council. That's when I learned they were dealing with the Black Stone, something I've dealt with in the past, and it's bad news. Whatever this stone touches, it corrupts, and I could already see the tendrils of corruption infesting the Temple of Amnesia. Unfortunately, I got careless, and someone learned that I wasn't truly faithful. I killed them before I could tell anyone, but it's too risky for me to stay there now. I know that suspicion is creeping in on me, which is why I need you. See, I'm good at warding magic, and I use my skill to protect the dungeon from intruders. But what they don't know is I added a back door to the wards. I tried the magic of the wards to the nearby guards so that someone with a powerful enough magical presence, say the World Guardian, would be able to break the wards just by taking out some of the security. Crude, but effective. So that's what I need you to do. I need you to make your way to the Temple of Amnesia and find out what they're doing in the lower levels. You don't need to do this alone. If you've got some friends you can trust, then you can join them with the fight with you. I won't be as easy as fight, but you're the World Guardian. I'm sure you can handle it. You're about to tell Madam She that you've already faced the Temple of Amnesia before. You know all about Seriu and the strange black stones the cult were using. But it occurs that you could always face that challenge again. No, we'll just skip the dungeon. Oh, that temple. I've already done that. They were using the black stones to corrupt one of the Anima Guardian, Seriu. They mentioned that there might be another person suffering as they were. Seriu, one of the sacred Anima Guardians. How dare they? Madam She seems overcome by rage, but manages to calm herself down. Something about the intensity of her rage makes you a little uncomfortable, like you've seen it before. But it makes sense, and seems to tie in with something my agents have recently uncovered. A strange tablet buried in the sands of Amnesia. It seems that the Blackstone is not a recent discovery. In fact, it was discovered a long time ago. At least that's as much as I can glean from this tablet. According to the mystics, it is written in the language of a race from a distant past known as the Dragonkin. Nasty creatures, if the stories are to be believed. Madam She hands you the tablet. You put it somewhere safe. I need you to stay here. I need to stay here and see if I can discover anything more about this ambassador and his plans. I imagine someone as well travelled as you knows something who knows a lot about the Dragonkin. They might be able to help. What's that? A Dragonkin tablet? Oh, how simply marvellous, may I have it? By Jove, this really is quite the find. This seems to be some sort of map, though I can't quite make it out. It's talking about a font of creation, which, knowing what I know of the Dragonkin, might well indicate one of their hidden laboratories. Where can I find it? Well, this is where I had a bit of a problem. It seems this is only part of the map, not enough to create a full picture. It's not all doom and gloom though. No. In fact, it talks about where the first clue might be hidden, or at least a link to it. It mentions that there might be safeguarded by the white-scaled alchemist. Does that ring a bell? It does mention something about a cold frozen mountain to the north, along the northeast of the continent. A secret sanctum deep beneath the ground. Perhaps you can find something in there. There's something odd about the statue. It has 2 oval indentations, what his eye should be. Investigate fireplace. Digging through the dirt beneath the fireplace, you find a strangely carved dragonstone. Piece of stone in the eye socket. That did something, but it looks like I need the other eye. I could possibly carve the pattern into an uncut dragonstone myself if I had one. Let's place the stone in the eye socket. The statue clicks and there's a sound of a mechanism moving to the west. I think this is Kerapak's tab. It seems quieter than normal. I wonder if it's deserted. Hannibus, I thought you were in status. I was, I think. Time certainly seems to have passed and I only have the memories and dreams to account for it. Kerapak woke me up, or rather, I woke up and Kerapak was gone and I was in an empty house in which you now call Varrock. I have no idea how this happened. All I heard was this. Hannibus holds a strange vial filled with dark red liquid that seems to shimmer faintly. What is this? The seeds of a future, a cure, or the beginnings of one. Kerapak left me with a typically succinct note. It's not a full cure, but it will help us some of the younger generations to produce healthy young. It won't save us, but it will save enough that there's now a real chance of us finding a solution. So I had to find him, to thank him, but he seems to have vanished off the face of the planet. In a typical Kerapak fashion. I've been searching this lab since I got here and I can't find anything concrete. Just this piece of some sort of ancient map. But it's gibberish. I can't make head nor tails of it. Let me see, it might be what I'm looking for. You piece the map together, but none of it seems clear. It seems to have information written in a language you don't recognise. Well, that is gibberish. Wait, I recognise that. It's the language of the dragons, or a crude attempt at it at least. Dragons have a language? When they are calm, they can be quite intelligent. I've only ever been able to calm a dragon whilst I am in this presence though, but Shakorex introduced me to the basics of the culture and their language. It's a simple language, it conveys emotions more than words. Their creatures are experiences, dragons, their entire lives built around a few memories of lucid moments. It's a sad reality. They are such wonderful friends when the rage doesn't take them over. So you can read this? Just about. It wasn't written by a dragon, that much I can tell you. It's like someone used the language as part of some sort of code or puzzle, ignoring the beauty of the language so they could get across some crude directions. It talks about secrets hidden in the place where the armoured dragons are made, though I'm not sure what that might be. Right, so Curse of the Black Stone. This place, by the die. This place is horrible. Do you feel it? So much pain, so much suffering, a horrible burning sensation creeping over the skin, an aura of terrible loss. Let's get what we need out of here. There's an evil place. We're looking for another tablet piece. Let's take a look around. Hannibus, can you help here? I shall try. The rage, it's so strong. By the old dying, she is so angry. Hannibus's eyes glaze over and another voice comes through his mouth. Where are they? They took them. My babies. My babies. Hannibus, are you okay? It's difficult. She's in so much pain. She has no voice of her own, so I'm lending her mine. They took them from me. They took my babies. What is a mother without her children? There are extras there. Look, in the flames. Yes, aren't they beautiful? My grandchildren and great-grandchildren. My babies. Babies. No. They come for them. Come and take them from me. I won't let them. Do you hear me, my darlings? Do you hear? Granny is here. Granny will keep you safe. I don't think this is getting me anywhere. So, who took them? They come down the stairs with claws of sharpened metal, or summoning forth the elements themselves. They come and they cut down my children. They strike them with magic, or tear their flesh with their claws. They rip from the flesh of their corpses and they steal all the treasures that my babies have found. The treasures that tell their story, that remind them of who they are without the rage, without the pain. They come for them, and they kill them again and again and again until none of them stand. My babies, my poor babies. Maybe we should talk about something else. Must be, can you focus then? I once could hear them, see them, playing there in the flames. My elders used to love the flames, used to skip between them and sing about the way it tickled their feet. I don't remember her name. What was her name? No, she's screaming because it hurts. Screaming because of the rage and fury, and I feel it too. I feel it burning inside me, burning away their names. My darling babies, I can't remember their names. What kind of a mother am I? What kind of a grandmother? I can't remember their names. I'm sorry, Agata. I can't bear it. I ask her something else, please. She's so scared, so sad. Investigate adamant smelter, mithril smelter, steel smelter, iron smelter, and bronze smelter. You stick your hand in a dragon's mouth and find a tiny spider. Hello, little spider. The spider bows politely and then runs off. No one ever wants to talk to me. In the mithril one, you find something solid coated in metal. You can make out some stone beneath it. It looks like part of the Dragonkin cipher you were searching for. This looks like it could be part of the cipher, but the metal is covering the key sections. I need to find a way to remove it. Let's just investigate the rest of them. You stick your hand into the dragon's mouth and you find the Staff of Armadile. Only it isn't. It's just a twig attached to a rather angry weasel. You argue about immigration policies and no one wins. You stick your hand in the dragon's mouth and find something unpleasantly sticky. It's not what you seek. And the bronze one, a rather angry cockroach wearing a top hat. You don't ask why and he does not say. Can you heat this metal? My babies, my babies. She's not listening. You'll need to try and reach her. Oi, listen. The people who hurt your babies made this. Your baby is cold, warm her up. I killed your babies. I killed your babies. You. I'll kill you. You hurt my babies. She lunges towards you, but suddenly stops. You can see the strain on Hannibus' face as she tries to calm her. Please don't do that again. Oh, okay. That was not the right choice. Your babies are cold. Warm them up. Oh, my poor darling, you're cold. Come here now. Granny will make it all better. With a strange lullaby, the elderly dragon breathes intense heat onto the metal. It becomes incredibly hot, but does not melt. Imperfect metal, when cooled quickly, can become really brittle. I could perhaps use that to help me break the metal casing. So drop the heated metal into the pit, attach a rope and drop the heated metal into the pit, or scream into the pit. We will scream into the pit. You scream into the void. The void screams back. Well, your voice doesn't echo our fun. Okay. Let's actually do this properly now. Attach a rope and put it down. After tying the rope securely around the tablet, you drop the tablet down into the pit. It makes a satisfying plop noise as it hits the water. You pull it back up the rope and you can see the metal casing clearly brittle and cracking. Okay, now we just need to break it on something. Let's use this on the dragon head. Okay, those teeth look sturdy and sharp. I could probably break the brittle metal in there. Sounds like a plan. Smash the tablet on the teeth. I can see the tablet. Let me take a look. You're not going to like this. It looks like it's sending us in circles. I still can't decipher it, but it's a drawing of something that looks familiar. I think I saw it back in the lab in Damenheim. Okay, let's head there and check it out. So here we are again. This is definitely what the tablet was pointing to. We'll have to look around, see if there's any more clues. You poke around the shelves looking for a potential clue, when one of the effigies suddenly turns around to look at you. I'm looking for clues on where all the high mucky mucks went. Well, yes actually, I was hoping we might be able to find more information on a dragon laboratory somewhere. Yeah, they're all disappearing though. Some sort of portal thing in the room over there. Any ideas how we might follow them? I don't know exactly. I've been out on the shelf, you see. It's hard to get much information. But as far as I can tell, it's got something to do with the big statues. Heard the boss man bring them in a few days ago. Statues, fantastic. I'll take a look, thanks. Okay. Turned on that one at the back. Ah, that seems to have done something. Enter the portal. Yes. Please don't kill me. Oh, we're on Kefsi. This is the dawn of a new age, my brothers and sisters. The curse is broken, the chains are shed, we are free. But we cannot yet contemplate. This is a victory, yes, but in this battle, not a war. With my chains shed, I can finally think clearly, truly clearly, with the clarity we haven't felt in millennia. Freedom isn't achieved simply in one action. We must cling to it dearly. We must fight for it with every breath. We must take action. We must make a stand. We must make sure there is no chain ever to be forged again. So once again, I raise an old banner and ask you to stand with me, my brothers and sisters. Let us not simply break these chains, let us melt them down and turn them into swords against their captors. Let the slavers know that we will never be slaves again. It is our time to rise. Well, Guardian, I suppose I shouldn't be surprised at your arrival at this point. What are you planning, Kerapak? That was quite the speech. All in good time, Agatha, all in good time. But you need not fear. I will come to you when the time is right. I'm investigating a dark power rising. It seems you might know more, but it would not help you for me to tell you. There are some other things you need to discover on your own. Then at least tell me where I can find the last piece of this map. You show Kerapak the tablet. He studies it and lets out a low laugh. I can do better than that. I will tell you exactly where it leads. It leads to an old laboratory of mine, the home of some of my greatest experiments and my greatest mistakes. Once a place where new dragons were born, wonderful dragons with unimaginable potential. But we had to abandon it. Sometimes an experiment goes wrong, and in that laboratory it went horribly wrong. Kerapak stands silent, lost in memory. A few seconds pass and he snaps out of it. He takes your map and scratches across into it and points to the northeast of the wilderness. There lies your answer. Now, you should go. Speak to your allies. I should speak with your friend Hannibus. I must make sure he administers the serum correctly. But I have more questions. But I have no more answers. Go. I should go and check in with Brill before I head into the dungeon. An abandoned laboratory in the middle of the wilderness. That sounds safe. So very safe. Well, we need everything we can find, and if we're going to stop the ambassador, you're going to have to investigate that laboratory. It's going to be dangerous. There's going to be dragons, monstrous beasts, probably fire and lava. Are you sure you don't want to go? Ha, it would be glorious, but no. This is one for the World Guardian, I fear. You're about to tell her that you've already completed the dungeon, and you've faced the Blackstone Dragon and the terrible experiments that lie within. But when you see the look on Brill's face and remember the excitement of fighting your way through the lava-filled dungeon, you could fight your way through again and no one would know. No, we're going to skip the dungeon again. Actually, I've already fought my way through that laboratory and defeated the Blackstone Dragon that guards it. It seems like the dragon was suffering the same way that Seryu was, something corrupting it. It all seemed to be linked to the Black Stone. What is that stuff? It seems to be the source of all this strangeness. Come on, we should go and catch up with Madame Shi. She's the mystic pirate type, maybe she knows more. There has to be a connection between these dungeons. The presence of that Blackstone is too much to be a coincidence. Okay. Yeah, just that's normal. Yeah, hello, just come here, why not? Did you think freeing the others would weaken my hold on you? You've only tightened the noose further. Can you feel it, even now, the siren of my master beckoning you? Never, I will never surrender myself to that thing. In time you will. When the last of your hope is gone, you will see the truth. But I understand. You're chained down by your own liages to your friends and your crew. Let me set you free. What? No! Oh God. Just did not attack. And killed everyone else there. I'll kill you. I'll stop your ritual and tear the heart out of your chest. Oh boy. Oh boy. You'll try. My plan cannot be stopped. His gaze shall fall upon Gielinor, and we shall be redeemed. That monster. I'm sorry. So sorry. We'll regroup and work out No more waiting. No more debating. I have nothing left to lose. All I have is my vengeance. I will tear apart the ritual with my bare hands. He will regret the day he ever crossed me. Don't be crazy. We don't know what we're up against. We need to be smart about this. Madam, she ignores you, her face looking grim as a fury. You recognise that intensity of hate, having seen it on both Seriu and the Blackstone Dragon, but before you can stop her, Madam, she teleports away. I should go and talk with Brill, but we need to do this fight properly. I heard about what the Ambassador did to Shee's crew. We have to stop him now, but he's not alone. He has an entire legion of Crassians and undead things defending his base. He'll destroy us before we even reach him. I've gathered everyone around and set up a war council. We're going to bring the fight to him. Each person here is committed to helping us take down the Ambassador. First, our intel tells us the Ambassador's ritual site is under the ocean, so you're going to need to find a way to breathe underwater. Yeah. There's a hydromancer, Myrtle, who should be able to help you out. I did it again! I searched through that house again! I've now got it on clip again. I do search through these houses. Hello again then, friend. I don't suppose I could trouble you with some help with a water-based problem. I'd be happy to help if I can, especially after you help me find my mentor. You wouldn't know a way I could breathe underwater? Way to the Cursed Archipelago? Well, yes. Excellent. And no. Oh. If you wanted to die nearby, I could simply cast an underwater breathing spell on you. However, I can't maintain the spell from too far away. And unfortunately, I cannot point you. And unfortunately, I can't join you near the Cursed Archipelago because of reasons. Do you have any other ideas? Maybe. During my research, I've found a set of old instructions on how to make a potion of water breathing. Given my skills, I've never had any need for it, but maybe it would be useful for you. Sounds like it could be just what I was looking for. Unfortunately, there's a small catch. Of course there is. What is it? Well, I need to go find the ingredients for a far-flung corners of the world? Not quite. I have most of the ingredients here. However, they need to be prepared and the instructions are a bit cryptic. It says to fill a vial with clear waters of winter, to dry some magical seaweed under a divine binding light, then finally to combine those with the residents of the depths you wish to traverse. I think this means a fish from there to where you want to dive. As for theirs, I have an enchanted vial to hold the winds, whatever that may be, and some magical seaweed, but we will need to get the fish. It's a bit too deep and far out to sea to fish with a net or rod. I think I could teleport one here if you gave me a law rune and a raw fish to swap between places with a target fish. Here, take these unprepared ingredients. But I'll hand you some items. And let's go get a law rune so that she can teleport a fish to us. Can you help me get the fish now? So about that fish, I see you have the items I need. Do you want to proceed? Yes. The air feels right here. So you uncork the vial and suck some air in. I'm in a holy place. Dry my seaweed, please. You feel the desert heat beat down and are filled with feelings of the divine. You quickly dry the seaweed in the dry sun. We combine a potion and we've got a potion of water breathing. You drink the fishy mixture and feel it one with the waves. Is that it? Okay, I am now fully capable of breathing underwater for a few hours. Excellent stuff. Next on our list, we're going to need to find some way of clearing out the ambassador's artillery. Currently his cannons can take out our boats long before we can reach him. We're going to need to get a hold of them. We're not going to need to get rid of them, sorry. Fortunately, our scaly friend Hannibus here has a plan. Well, there's a big disadvantage that these cannons have, is that they're rather vulnerable from the air. So I thought we could perhaps convince a few of our big scaly friends to help us out. Oh, no dragons. I thought we might be able to start off by chatting with my old mount, Shakorix, or the King Blood Dragon as you call him. It would be good to fly again. Hello old friend, it's been too long. Indeed it has. We have not expected you to return. We know of your people's plight. There is hope, old friend, hope. But I am not here to reminisce, I need your help. It is yours. We are brothers, and we will always be here, if you need us. Are there any others that could join us? Dragons with enough self-control? Perhaps, but I am not well versed in the activity of other dragons. So we're looking for an expert on dragon activity on Gielinor. It is time we spoke with our good friend Mordot. Shakorix, we are gathering on the east of Daemonheim. Will you meet us there? Yes, we shall ready ourselves for the battle once more. Why, no. It couldn't, could it? A living, breathing dragon rider, here in my little office. My good sir, it's an honour to meet you, truly. Why, I'm quite giddy. Where is the parchment? I must really get your signature. My signature? Oh my stars, yes. To us dragons, you dragon riders are, well, you're like heroes to us. To most of my kind, your touch is a sparkling moment of lucidity in an endless nightmare. Why, dragons dream of finding a rider, of learning how to feel the wind beneath their wings without the rage stripping away their ability to enjoy the moments. And then there's the history, the stories, the legends. I would love to pick your brains to learn everything there is to know about you. I would be delighted, but perhaps not now. I'm looking for dragons that could join us in a great battle. A dragon with enough clarity that could help me without the need for riding. I'm sorry, I can't think of any dragons with enough clarity to join you. I see, well thank you. Forgive me for interrupting, but you couldn't get one other dragon rider, could you? I know she's rather difficult, but she is your kin after all. Other rider? As a dragon rider general, Vindicta, fights for the forces of Zaros in the heart. Perhaps you could persuade her to assist you. Please, I need to meet this rider. I need to speak with him. Thank you for your time, Mr. Mordot. I shall have to see about a longer conversation later. My door is always open. I shall meet you at the heart. Well met, my friend. I see another El Junker here on Gielinor, and to see you riding a dragon as I once did. There are no other dragon riders on Gielinor, only me. God, Vindicta is quite big compared to Hannibus, isn't she? That is true. All our Junkers are on Elia currently. Vindicta spits on the floor in disgust. Oh yes, I know of them. Weak and pathetic, letting themselves die because fighting is too hard. No, it's more than that. They serve the Olandai. They serve their place on the tapestry. Any excuse for weakness, nothing more. We are dragon riders. We should fight. We should take our fate into our own hand. Not just wallow in self-pity. How can you say such things? How can you renounce the Undai so willingly? You must have been taught. Ha! I was not raised amongst the whimpering walking dead of Ilia. I was hatched here on Gielinor in the heat of dragon fire. I am the daughter of 2 dragon riders. I forged my own fate to the side of my lord Zaros. You were born here? But how? There haven't been any Junker here for centuries. Not since. I was born to Morvaron. My egg was rescued by Gorvig when she was slain. He kept me in status for centuries until it was time for me to be born. I was raised by dragons to serve the Empty Lord as his great rider. Morvanon, but that means... Your father, what was his name? Hannibus. The great rider. A terror to his enemies, greatest of the riders. I never introduced myself. I am Hannibus. I am your father. How dare you lie to me? Hannibus was a giant, a warrior. You are a tiny, frail thing. I am a warrior. Shakorix and I have faced down armies and destroyed the dread beasts of the old world. Do not think you know me, child. A warrior is more than armour. They wear the weapons that we carry. More than muscle and height, I am a warrior. I will always be a warrior. That's better. That's the fury of a warrior. Tell me, Hannibus, what is the target? A dragonking's defences. Cannons guarded by warped monsters of the ambassador. Vindicta's eyes light up. She bristles with delight. Cranon, the ambassador, I have heard of him. The Empty Lord has warned of the danger he represents. Oh yes, I will stand against that. Very well, but be clear, this is no bond between us, Hannibus. You are not my father, even if you prove yourself in my blood. But if you can show me the strength of a true dragon rider, perhaps we can talk more. Hannibus nods stoically, and as Vindicta turns to prepare for a battle, a single tear falls down his cheek. We have lost so much. You put your hand on his shoulder, and for a moment the two of you stand in silence. Come on, my friend. We've got what we came for. With Vindicta and Gorvig, we have enough to destroy the cannons. We should head back to base. Well, those cannons are doomed, but before we move on, your quartermaster has a bit of a personal request. You should talk to him first. Right, Gilly, what are you wanting? Our matey, I've been thinking we are about to head into extreme danger. Yep. Our chances of survival are slim. Yep. Well then, I've been needing to put my affairs in order then. I owe a debt, you see, to old Stephen here, and I'd like to repay it. Stephen has been my faithful companion for a long time now. Came with me to tame the seas, he did. But to do so he had to leave his family behind, you see. If we're going to die, a girl should at least have the chance to tell his wife and kids she loves him. That seems simple enough. You'd be a good friend, Captain. His family lives on the Eastern Islands now. Wyco no less. Moved there a bit back. Right, let's talk to Stephen's wife. What are you doing here? Hello, Mrs. Stephen. Is everything okay? I thought you'd gone, Stephen. Thought you'd left us. I've moved on, Stephen. I've seen another gull. How could you? Who? Mwahaha, oh dear, how dreadful. I know that voice. It's Count Ludwig, coppin' floppin'. Well yes, how could she not fall for me? I offer a life of luxury and my exquisite touch. What could you offer her? A life of loneliness and destitution? She deserves better. I don't believe that for a minute, Count. Come on, Stephen. I'm sure we can save your marriage. Maybe we can speak to someone else on the island who can help. If we really doing this.
Yep.
I should gather more proof against the Count before I try to fix her marriage. Hi, I don't suppose you know anything about Count Ludwig. How dare you mention his name in my presence? That oversized pigeon stole my copy of Bird Spotting Monthly. Do you have any ideas how long it will take me to get another copy? About a month? Yes! And all I have to occupy myself for that month is this view. Well, this is a rather nice view. Better than the one from my house anyway. I suppose. Well, I should be getting back to enjoying this view then. I don't suppose you know enough about the Count? Oh, of course, he's my boyfriend. Oh dear. Wait, what? But he's seen someone else. Don't be silly, he would never cheat on me. I'm beautiful. That brute, that monster, he steals all the best bits of bread. The rest of us just get scraps, or worse, the soggy bits. Oh, don't you dare mention his name's in my presence. He's awful, terrible, I tell you. When making tea, he puts milk in first. The horror. The seagull just breaks down in floods of tears. Between the sobs you can make out words whistle, rabbit costume and disco. The seagull seems utterly distraught about this. He killed my brother. That's horrible. How? I mean, I don't actually know. I can't prove anything. But you tell me how someone could just die from throwing themselves at knives. Pretty easily, actually. You're in league with him. Conspiracy! That sounds like more than enough evidence to show Mrs. Stephen why the Count isn't the right gull for her. I should go speak to Stephen. Mrs. Stephen, the Count is a bounder and a cad, and I have proof. You regate the seagull with all the evidence against the Count that you have gathered. The more you say, the more horrified and disgusted she looks. The Count seems oddly proud of himself. You get away from me. Oh well, it was fun while it lasted, and I'm sure there's plenty more birds in the sky. Stephen, please forgive me, I was just so lonely. I know, I'm sorry, I shall visit more often. I love you, wife. You leave the two girls to fix their marriage. It will be a long process, but the healing can begin now. You've done a good thing. For some seagulls. Like, golly, that's me done your seagull job. Thank you for helping. So you cool to maybe die for me now? I'll try not to, Captain, but if I do, at least I'll be with a clear conscience. Excellent work mending the seagull marriage there. Right, there's one last thing left to do. Talk to the bosun. She has all the details. I've been thinking, if we're going to fight this ambassador and his minions, we're going to need soldiers. Someone to fight the forces with while you sneak through and take down the ritual. I have a friend, Lieutenant Crane, who commands an elite group of Black Knights. Well, we served together and rose through the ranks together. I trust her with my life. Whatever the beef I have with the Order, I know she'll fight with the real death. I know she'll fight the real fight. The last I heard, she was stationed underground in a dungeon near the prison cells. I'll go speak to Lieutenant Crane now. So they'll likely attack from the northern front, so if I sneak through there... Hello there, can I help you? You don't seem to be part of my team, and I really don't think you should be overhearing this. Perhaps I should cut your ears off. Help make sure you don't listen in on people's again, Just try it, do you? Ah, fine one. You're a brave soldier, brave indeed. Your ears are safe for now, but you only get one free pass. Now as you can see, I'm busy. What do you want? Evie sent me. Lieutenant Crane leans in close and drops his voice to a whisper. Evie, is she alright? I heard about her brother. She's alright, she's part of my crew. We are about to face a really powerful enemy, and she suggested you as someone who might be able to help. I see. I can't just leave my station to fight battles for deserters. The fate of Gielinor is at stake. It's always at stake. You think there's one or two threats at a time? There are things, horrible things, always threatening to destroy life as we know it. This one's a mutated dragonkin with an army of undead minions about to complete a ritual to summon a powerful evil force and wipe out all life on Gielinor. ... Oh. Yeah, okay, that's a pretty big one. So you'll join us? If I'm going to face something that will almost certainly kill me, I need to make sure my family is safe first. That they're taken care of. I know Evie understands the importance of family. What do you need? I have a sister, Tessa. She is in training to be one of the Kintright in the fortress. I can't leave my station. Can you go check her and see if she's alright? Okay, if I go and check on your sister, you'll join the fight? Against an ancient warped dragonkin that intends to obliterate the planet? Yes. Yes, I will. The fortress guard should tell us who we need to speak to. I'm looking for a trainee going by the name of Tessa. I'm not sure I know of a recruit by that name. Was she one of the recruits who failed the training? What would have happened if she was? Well, Commander Bletchley has been an earnest believer in separating the calf from the veal. Not entirely sure what that means. I mean, where would she be if she failed? It's up to the discretion of the commandant. I thought he had been unavailable for some time. You can check the transfer logs. Just let me find them. Yeah, let me see the transfers. I shall look through the transfers. There haven't been any transfers for some time. In fact, the most recent transfer out of the fortress was way before training Tessa even began training. Do you know where Tessa's stuff is? I'd imagine it would be where most recent trainees were placed, and the barracks on the ground floor to the west. Interact with Tessa's suit of armour. Hey! What, Gielinor? Hands off, I belong on only one head and it's not yours. If you're still holding me before she gets back, she's going to be really upset. What? Who's going to be upset? The radiant angel, the pinnacle of beauty, Lady Tessa, and I'm not just a helmet, I'm an entire suit of armour. How's a suit of armour talking? You're just a suit of flesh and you're talking. I mean, to be a talking suit of armour is generally done. Maybe they just find you an incredibly boring conversational partner. Anyway, I'm looking for Tessa too. Have you seen her? Nope, not for some time anyway. She was sent upstairs for evaluation and has never returned. I never know evaluation to take this long, but I've been very lonely here. Don't worry, my sentient friend, I'll find her, hopefully she'll be promoted and have brand new armour. And left me here to be replaced. Are you Tessa? She looks visibly agitated and confused at the question, but quickly nods her head. What are you doing here? Weren't you supposed to be in training at the Black Knight? She sadly nods her head and then raises her manacles as to show you what has changed. She rolls her eyes and grabs some paper from nearby. Okay? Furiously, she writes a note and hands it to you. It tells you how the Commandant, a cruel man by the name of Bletchley, deliberately failed several female recruits despite their outstanding performance, herself included. She scribbles again and goes on to detail how Bletchley decided to enslave them to save them rather than to throw them out to transfer them. Why didn't you just tell me this? She smiles sadly and opens her mouth. As you look on, you realise that her tongue has been removed and replaced with several crude stitches. It looks like she's hearing poorly and any violent movements could cause something to rupture. Well, that's fucking dark. That could be problematic. I will talk to your sister. Just hang in tight for now. She nods and gives you a faint smile. Did you find her? She's a slave, or lie she's fine. Lie she's fine, because I don't want to go back. She's fine. She says that you should know to come and fight with us now. ... I'm leader of a squad of elite Black Knights. I'm an excellent judge of character and renowned expert in torture. Are you sure this is the answer you want to give me, knowing full I know what you're lying? Well... She's a slave. I'm sorry, Commandant. Bletchley had all the women kicked out and turned into slaves. They cut out her tongue. He's dead. I'll kill him. I'll cut out his tongue and choke him with it. She needs to be avenged. Get her out there. I need her safe. Then we can have a little chat. I need your help. We're breaking Tess out of here. Why? She's an excellent soldier and she'll surely rise the ranks in no time. The Commandant failed her, enslaved her and cut out her tongue. The bounder, the cad, how dare they? My beautiful Tessa, how could they remove the malicious voice? I shall help her escape. What do you need me to do? You're going to need to help her sneak out. You'll make an excellent disguise. Excellent. Let's go save her. Tessa waits for you to help smuggle her out. Before you do anything though, you need to get rid of those manacles. Oh, we seem to be stuck in our dear Tessa. Use brute force, pick lock. You pick the locks on the manacles. Tessa waits for you to smuggle her out. Perhaps smuggling her out in their own armour could work? Yep. You hand the armour over to Tessa. Tessa, it's so good to see you again. Are you okay? She smiles and she starts to put on her armour, which has begun to hum softly. What's the matter, Tessa? Cat got your tongue? About that. Tessa's had her tongue removed and has been forced into slavery. We are busting her out. Now you're going to have to be her voice so we can carry on. Wait, can we come up with codenames for each other? Your codename could be Cathy and mine Galloway. No codenames, just follow me and we'll be out here in no time. Lieutenant. Captain, what exactly are you doing taking a soldier from their post? Dare I ask, Lieutenant, why are you born to ask me again about who I bring in and out of this castle? I find your lack of faith in me disturbing. Your paranoia and cowardice evident as much as when I detained Sir Owen. Perhaps I should tell Commandant Bletchley of your behaviour, as it's quite unbecoming of a Black Knight. Of course not, my lord. It's just there's been a problem with spies, infiltrators and escapees. And I have a feeling that Commandant Bletchley hasn't authorised anyone to leave the citadel soon. So tell me, what exactly are you two doing? We're supposed to be relieved of duty several hours ago. We're meeting some friends for a drink at the pub. And I wasn't invited? Surely you two didn't have other alternative reasons for leaving now? We were commanded to do what we do best, instill fear and destruction across the countryside. You will let us pass. Or do you dare question the will of the Lord of Chaos and Death, the Dark Lord and God of the Dark Fire? I will leave it to you then. Why is this guy like always in an aggressive pose? Is that you, Tessa? Tessa removes her helmet to show her face. I wasn't sure if I would see you again when I heard about what had happened. No, I need a medic here. It just fell straight to the floor. Didn't even do the dinosaur. Tessa will be fine, just needs to be put in bed and she'll be joining me. What will we be doing next? Now we will remind Bletchley that strength comes from suffering and we will give him quite the workout. Go and get me Higgs. We are going to teach someone a Zamarkian lesson. She should be here for this. I have almost obtained Crane's assistance, but she needs your help. She wants us to deal with the Commandant. Oh, fair enough, it's about time for a homecoming, and what better way than a command restructure? How do you think we should go about it? I highly doubt Bletchley is going to let us murder him discreetly in one of the most fortified citadels in Gielinor. He may have a weakness which can be exploited. Any thoughts? He seems to think quite highly of himself. Maybe I could lure him by saying that I spotted you sneaking into the castle on the roof. We can ambush him with Crane's assistance and finish him there. That could work. Go to the castle, I'll let Crane out on the plan. Right, here's the Commandant. You should go to the roof. Why would I do that? The deserter Higgs is up there. Should I send for more guards? That won't be necessary. I think I'll handle this personally. Commandant, your tyranny precedes you. As your treason precedes you, we both know why I'm actually here. To see a deserter put in our place. On the contrary, the sword of justice points at your throat, not mine. How can you even truly justify what you've done to these poor women? I have the authority to do what is needed to bring greatness to the Kinshra and ensure that the cattle we bring here don't die at the end of the White Knight's blade. They were all just trainees and you made them slaves. You're a little bit more than a tyrant. I did what I had to do. If you don't want to come up here and question, then threaten me. Go ahead. There are Saradomis fanatics just waiting for a chink in our armour, that they may tear down these walls and slaughter all of us. I have no need to explain our reasons, especially to someone who clearly abandoned their post. Because either way, it simply comes down to the fact that you, and every recruit I've failed, hasn't ever been able to handle the vast responsibility necessary to the Black Knight. Of course, you are our defender. Nothing is going to stand in your way. Not me, not Tessa, nor the Black Knights themselves, or even Lord Zamorak. You have not unlocked those training potential, you have murdered it. I will be merciful by offering you a swift death if you repent now. I did what I had to do. But why am I defending myself? You're nothing but a deserter and you stand alone. I mean, I'm clearly in front of him. Keeks, look behind you. I beg to differ. You? But this is treason. No, this is a simple organisational restructure. Everyone here understands that sometimes you need to be drastic change in command. As you once said, we have to be separate the calf from the veal. Now let me see what you've really made of. I think we'll start with your spleen. No! Vengeance, it feels good, doesn't it? Those wrongs all righted in a few sharp jabs to the kidneys. Don't feel any guilt or remorse for his death. He was a monster. The world is better without him. And by helping me kill him, you have my support. I will gather my soldiers and meet you at Daemonheim. I should go and speak to Brill for the next part of our plan. Okay, that should be it. We've got an army, a couple of dragons, can breathe underwater, and a seagull's marriage has been repaired. Been a good day. There's only one thing left. Your speech. Now what now? You're about to head to possible deaths. You've got to have a motivational speech for everyone. You've already fought the ambassador. You could skip the whole speech thing if you wanted. Yes, we are skipping the speech, I'm afraid. Oh yeah, face the dungeon again or skip the dungeon. Oh, so if I was to do the speech, I would need to do the dungeon. Fuck that. Skip the dungeon. Yeah, about that. I've sorted all the dungeon myself. I've already stopped the ambassador. I did it earlier. Da-da-da. Da-da-da. Right, the ruddy world guardian has already stopped the ritual and neglected to tell us until now. Everyone, go away. You did it. You did it. You avenged my crew. I thank you. Thank you. What happened to you, She? You just vanished. I went to fight him. Like a fool, I went to fight him. But his forces caught me. He had wormed his way into my head some time ago, back when Rabbit Jack took hostage in that temple. Like Serio, I could only feel a terrible obsession, a desperate yearning to hunt him down. He was counting on that, of course. I should have known better, but the noise was so loud, that horrible song screaming in my head. But it's silent now, silent enough that I could escape, silent enough that I could return here and thank you. I owe you a great debt, Agatha, and one day I look forward to repaying it. Hello, Hannibus. We did it, my friend. We saved the world. Not bad for our first day, eh? Not bad at all. But saving the world is the second best thing to happen to me today. I'm a father. I can't believe it. I never dreamed I could even call myself that. I have so much catching up to do, and I have so many years of absentee parenting to make up for. It's going to be hard. She owes me nothing. But I'm going to relish every moment of trying to win her over. Thank you, my friend. I owe you. I owe you everything. Oh, whatever that says. Until we meet again. Well then, we saved the world, but the world is always going to be needing saved. You did good. You did good. Have a drink on me. Quest complete. You have completed Curse of the Black Stone. We got 4 quest points. I'm deserved of those 4 quest points. 3 huge XP lamps, a 10% reduction of damage received in the Temple of Amnesia, 10% reduction of damage received in the Dragonkin Laboratory, and 10% reduction of damage received in the Shadow Reef Elite Dungeon.